Hi, welcome to my video. I'm Jennifer Roberts. You're catching me on my YouTube and hopefully Bitchute if it lets me upload anything at True Divine 44. You can also get me on Facebook at True Divine 44 and The True Divine for both Instagram and Twitter. Any likes, shares, subscribes, comments, greatly appreciated. I need to push it on all of the other platforms. I need a new phone. And also, I just need to be able to get over whatever it is that I do when energy just isn't clean, when I can see what's being done to so many people on these platforms. It's not saying these platforms as ideals are bad, it's the good. It's a good way of being in connection. It's an amazing way of building connection and knowledge amongst each other, but the powers that control it, it's just not meshing with me at all. Sometimes I could muddle through and try and just put out as much good on these different platforms to counteract, do my part in counteracting. But just recently, I go through these phases of doing this where I just think, you guys have got your game on strong right now, you know, energetically limiting people, oppressing people, making it feel like we've got this huge big space, which I mentioned the other day on Doc's program, this huge big space, and we can be in such connection immediately. I can speak to you guys, whether it's through recording because time allowing, or whether it's through live. I can speak to you and be with you in the space that you're in whenever you're listening to this voice of mine. It's amazing, but it is a lot smaller. They made us get used to, so they could get lots of information and other things, get used to this huge expansive space, and they allowed it to roll. But actually we see the power structure behind these systems of connection, in that the power structure can absolutely limit the voice and even sway the collective's feeling, what they'll back, what they won't back, etc., by the way that they limit, the way that they use algorithms to do so. So it's just a bit of a sticky situation for me right now. But this is a writing on the wall, and it's just a consideration. When I was meditating last night, I think it was, last night, and I was meditating on the infinity sign, and just what I could get from it, just what I needed to know. It kept coming up in the cards, both personal readings and the daily energy readings that I do. And there's just something about the eight of wands in particular, hey baby, that absolutely has been playing on my mind, wanting to be explored more. And so it's a bit of a, it's just, I started to sketch when I came out of meditation. So this is the sketch that I did. Hold on, I'm going to share the screen. I'll just get it up 1 second. Come on. Right, okay. So I need to go back to here and share the screen. Okay, so this is what I've got, and this is just quick. This isn't any of my intuitive artwork that I dabble with. It is just a quick representation of what had come up in the mind's eye as I've been meditating. So initially we've got this this infinity sign going here. And so we've got this infinity sign going here. And what I thought about was, we've got this transition point, this balance point, because we go to here, and the infinity sign is often placed on its side. So we've got this one going on here. And so here we've got this represented in my mind's eye, this one in the upright represented us, where we have this physical body maybe here. We have this physical body here and the representative colors of the chakra systems. And both of those chakra systems for me going in the divine feminine and divine masculine of the divinities within each person, within each self, the feminine side and the masculine side within each person. And that needing to be balanced out and used in conjunction and be in flow. And all of these colors, we have really neat depictions of these energy points that have been called chakras, that are the inside, the inner devas, you know, the inner gods, the inner leveling up points. But for me, it's more like a lava lamp or a ping pong machine, in that these electrical impulses that create these energy points that we can depict in color because of the frequency that they match. You know, they either sort of, in my mind's eye, often like lightning ping pong off each other, or they merge more like a trickling side to side lava lamp. They're not these separate, neat points. Yes, to an extent localized, but they radiate out and merge together. And so the separation isn't as there, just like, you know, the separation of organs isn't there on a diagram, biology diagram. The organs are always really neatly encapsulated in their own space, for obvious reasons, to make it easy to be able to see on medical charts, you know, what's been operated on, you know, the certain symbols that we write on those things, X marks the spot kind of thing, so that other doctors, nurses, carers can come in and take over where the other left off. So it has to be neat, it has to be able to be. But I always remember when I was doing my nursing degree, the astonishment that I had, even though being born with quite a few conditions and having many operations, obviously I never saw inside of myself until I've had certain scans later on, which is cool. But, you know, I was always the first to put my hand up to go and at first look and watch an operation, and then assist in the care before and after. And I was amazed, absolutely amazed at how, when I saw the body opened up, I love that kind of thing. I was amazed at how squished together everything was. All of a sudden it made sense that, you know, stray winds can actually have ambulance paramedics bringing people in, and doctors initially treating for either a suspected burst appendix or ruptured appendix, or a heart attack, because the pain is so severe. Well, it made a lot of sense, because you realized that those diagrams you'd been learning from were real neat for a reason, but actually the body, that everything was merging and banging off each other. It was not separate. And so you see parts of us, and then energy points of us like that, and parts of reality and how we experience reality in different dimensions or different realms, whatever you like to call them. And so this, for me, this up and down for me represented the human, and this being us in this physical reality here, so the body here, and then above us having, you know, the spirit, you know, the ascension that we do in our spirit, and having very similar reflective colors that would depict where we are at in each color. That as above, so below, so to speak, but both actually being a part of the same being, the same person. Now, as far as reality and construct of time and things like that, the infinity symbol is on its side here. And so if we've got the human body here, and the chakra systems, it felt like through meditation, I then went to looking at the infinity sign in general. And it came about that I realized that this is, if you want to picture, let's say, I'll clear some of this so I'm a bit clearer. If you want to picture a conveyor belt, you know, shopping going through at the till, and what that would, you know, it moves along. And so as days go on, hours, minutes, you know, experiences, all of the above, we see that, you know, we maybe have to process experiences and time and what have you in in all of these chakras, from the base, the root, we find out, you know, who we are within the experience at any given moment. And this is happening on many different aspects of all the different experiences. So even that is expansive, even that is many infinity signs in themselves for each type of person. We are aside another person in partnerships for the different type of parent that we are to different children that we have, all of these different infinity points. So that just shows you the expansiveness within one human being, how many different infinity symbols, if you like, are going on at any given moment. And we're processing them through these energy points, and as to how well we are doing within said energy points. You know, are we reacting from these energy points in a balanced way, or are we reacting from a lower frequency way within the same energy points? So we sort of go through these experiences, you know, going along, you know, and finding out who we are, hopefully finding some kind of enlightenment here. And then we come to this bit here where the person at the till picks up the item as they've scanned it and deposits it at the other side of the till. There's been a process, there's been a completion, a recognition of that product going through the zapper, going through that transference of ownership, the energy transference of, and the physical transference of ownership. It's gone from the shop floor to now being very much nearly in your possession. And so this point here where the infinity sign meets could be seen as like a bridge, a passing point, a transference point. And so then we would go through, you know, we go through here, and we go through again, reflecting now that we have whatever it is added to this experience that had us going on this track. The energy transference and making sense of it again happens at the root again. And then we, you know, process that through, going back through, and obviously always merging together our chakra points, our understanding points, our leveling up points. And so, but a new experience has been created. Something has been added to it. Something has been added to you. Something has been added to your reality. So I'm talking about a product on a shop floor, but, you know, we go through experiences. What's coming to mind? Okay, so we go through the experience of a violent relationship, or just narcissistic relationship, or a narcissistic relationship stroke violence. We go through it identifying ourselves one way, and maybe being conditioned and controlled in this base self, because there's some part of our root chakra that has already been primed to accept another person's stance on us, rather than having a good root in who we are and what we will stand for. And so we go through the process, hopefully until we get to the point which has challenged each chakra point, each energetic point, to get to the point of enlightenment, to say, hold on a minute, and I need to, I'm back to my root here, I'm back to my red. Who am I? I don't recognize who I am. I'm associated with what this other person sees of me and the experiences that I'm having within that. But actually that doesn't match who I am as an enlightened being, who I've now realized I am. And so there's this energy transference in the best stories, where you're back to your root, and you with through all these experiences, you're not just your more of your true self, but there's a recognition of all of these different points that you may have now found healing for. So you're not susceptible to that kind of relationship anymore entering into your life. So you go over this transference point, this bridge, into in a more enlightened position, and you go through the next experience, being of a reflection of this one, but actually completely new, because you've made this transference, you're added to, there's a new you, a new aspect of you to add to this experience. Again, going through the root, making sense of it. And so we go back through this transference point, we've really gotten used to ourselves. We've done a lot of healing, a lot more knowing of self through all of these different chakra points, these understanding points, and we rise ourselves back up again to add to ourselves even more. Another transference, another bridge happens here on the conveyor belt, and we go into maybe a new relationship because we've healed a lot, we've gotten to know ourselves a lot through these understanding points of self. And so we bridge into a new relationship where we now go into relationships in an enlightened way. And yes, this still exists to an extent in the memory banks, but actually it's a completely different reality now, because you haven't even attracted in, because you're not on the same frequency anymore, you haven't even attracted in that same type of person, because these chakra points are clean, they're healed from all of the past indoctrination here that allowed you to accept this. So then you go through again, and the whole process starts again, where you're going through that old map of self, where you previously accepted abuses and things like that because you did not know yourself truly. There was an indoctrination, a priming there that maybe happened from childhood. And this is all, for example, you can put it to your own if this works for you. This is just completely intuitive. So the energy points are there, the imprint, the energetic imprint, the memory bank is there, but it feels like you're actually living a different, you're an onlooker now, because you are going through again with more expansive knowledge of self in a relationship that is better or whole, because you've approached it as a whole. And so you actually go through this old map of self again, and you course correct even your past by going through a similar setup, i.e. being in a partnership, but you walk through those energy points in much more knowing of self, in much more strength and confidence in self. And so you actually go back in time within those energy points to heal the past in your present. And so that was one aspect of it, but then that would expand. And in my mind's eye, this happened. 1 second, delete all of this. I'll leave that bit maybe. No, I won't. Oh, full screen, come on. Okay, there. So we've got this that happens here. There's a repeat. This comes in, and so we actually through these different experiences then, and through all of the other aspects that are adding to our experience, other infinity signs start setting up. So this is all within one person, and so we are again going through the same process, but from a different experiences point of view. And then this might happen. And so this all of a sudden starts to expand reality. It starts to look how we could look at how people start to get innovative, because they keep adding to these different experiences of self and going through this conveyor belt of infinite possibilities. We go on. Hold on. I'll do this one. Unhide layer. Okay, so we go on and on and on, and we keep expanding out the possibilities of reality. And so then we have this huge amount. This is just for one person, and this is just a depiction of it. You can imagine taking into all aspects of one person's reality at any given moment, even in one day, how many infinity signs they are setting up frequency wise, how many different imprints and aspects of self within all of these different experiences and demands, blisses and abuses that are going on simultaneously within somebody's energetic body, and therefore coming out in their physical reality. And so this is where the understanding of this symbol could really help us to speed up the process of spitting ourselves out at the conveyor belt quicker in any given experiences, to ascend forward, to heal and move forward. But it also gives us a bit of a visualization, and I hope it does this for other people as it did for me, because obviously you weren't there in the meditation, you didn't see all these colors in the mind's eye. It was pretty amazing. We see how we do then impact others with our experiences in our own infinity. We see, because it expands out so far, it bounces off of other people's infinite signs at the same time, energetically, and then in many cases physically. And so then we see, though, that if this is happening sideways and aspects of reality are coming in more and more and more, it's happening as above, so below also. And so this showed me how we do have a huge impact, and vice versa, of other dimensions, and how they are processing things, how their rules are changing because of their infinite experiences within those dimensions. And we know that as far as this reality, as far as this dimension, it's for a time. We do move over into maybe what in this reality here, which is us now in the physical, seems really hazed out. How do I get that one to move down so I can do that one too? So if we do this one and it starts to look real phased out because it's a completely different dimension, we go through the death process. And so this bridge is a huge bridge to pass over, because here in this physical reality, it's far, far away from the energetic imprint of this spiritual, what we call spiritual reality. I don't even know if that's the right term sometimes, but for want of a better word. And so it's a lot more less physically tangible. It's there, and we feel it coming in. It still bumps up with our physical reality, but it's a lot more hazed out. I still don't know how people doubt that it's there, but some people do. It's so hazed out to them that it's like this. It's almost invisible, or is invisible. And so bringing it back up a bit, it's there, it affects us. And so we have this as above, so below affecting us. And I really do feel that other beings who have not had so much knowledge stolen, who have kept a hold of this knowledge, or are much more technically stroke spiritually advanced, are able to know the impact of what we do here that has on here, but also know the impact of what they do here in this outer rim of infinity for any given person has a direct effect here. And so in this part of us. So it's just to say that the possibilities are really endless. We are infinite. Now, what I do not like is that the so-called powers that be in this reality, all of a sudden in this meditation vision quest thing, all of a sudden, after all of these beautiful colors coming in and seeing them sort of like a what do you call those things that you look through and all of the colors merge and get bigger and more beautiful? Kaleidoscope. After being in this space of seeing this kaleidoscope of these infinity flowers, so to speak, expanding out and out and out to, endless possibilities. And so all of a sudden now, how can I depict this best? Let's find some bolts. Hold on. Let's find some bolts of not flame. 1 second, bear with me. I know there's bolts of, yeah, there it is. Okay. Come on. Why doesn't it want to choose it? Choose it. Sorry, people. Sorry, people. Come on, choose a lightning bolt, please. Lightning branch. What's wrong with it? Oh, is it because I need a new layer, maybe? Hold on, I'll move me. How do I move me? Oh, move me like that. Hit me. Move, get out the way. No, it's not that. 1 second, sorry. Move me a bit more. Move me a bit more, please. Okay, see if this works. So, will you choose it now? Okay, it's not going to do it, so I'm not going to keep you hanging on any more than that, than I already have. So all of a sudden, I saw these lightning bolts attacking these beautiful colors. Neon blue lightning bolts attacking all of these colors, and literally it was a little bit like when you what's the word, when you disperse something, when you start to see something dissolve, or like adding how would I say it, you know, when you've got a spray can, you can do real focused spraying, and then if you push it back a bit, you know, and angle it a bit, you have a much more misty spray. And so it dispersed it from strong color of movable force to a dispersed spray. So it weakened it. It was like DNA strands being broken, but energetic center points within these infinity spaces, breaking it up. And this is where I think this is the understanding of these so-called powers that be, that the tech advancements, the energy weapons that have been picking up for a long time, and was speaking about them a long time ago, to say, you know, guns are great, you know, as far as where these so-called powers that be are involved right now. We need them. I wish they were here. But actually, as far as if we don't do something soon as a mass majority, as far as the attack that happens in the invisible, guns don't mean shit, because it's happening in spaces such as this infinite place within mass amounts of people at any given moment. If these impulses, these lightning points attacking these colors, these chakras, you know, full force everywhere. And it was also giving them, through doing this, it was giving them bridges into other dimensions. It was giving them access points into other dimensions, which again, I find very, very dangerous and very disheartening. So from this, what I felt was, oh, that's another level of understanding that symbol, to, oh, that's another level of them understanding this symbol, and the control that they could have maybe by affecting the frequency of this symbol in this reality, not just on us in this reality, but on us personally in our spirit, in all of the other dimensions that we might be residing in simultaneously, but also as in completely foreign dimensions that have been so far back here, you know, in the infinite carrying on of the symbol, that never the two shall meet. you know, this way back here should not be meeting with this way back here. I don't even just think from a protection point of view for us. I feel that as far as how reality is here, it shouldn't be touching something as beautiful as it is, I feel, way back here. And then I found this interesting when I came out of meditation, and I just heard real clearly they've been deliberately bringing in different beings, whether that be different human beings from different timelines, from different dimensions, different realms, and or whether that be completely different beings. For me, it's and both, you know. I just heard they want to be careful, because some things that they might invite in, where I said back here, I feel it's too beautiful to mix with here. Way back here also, dualistically, there are other things in the lower frequency, but very highly enlightened in the lower frequency. Low frequency doesn't necessarily mean not enlightened as far as I'm concerned. You can get enlightened magic practitioners, you know, who are for the good of not only themselves but others, and you get very and they are very enlightened, and you get very enlightened, very skilled, just as enlightened as to how the magic works, that still act in maybe what would be described, for want of a better word for English, lower frequency type of things that are of service to themselves, of service to abuses and systems that would do such things. And so I just heard that they want to be careful, because there's some things that even the so-called powers that be, that think they know everything, do not know what they would be facing. And this was really concerning, and I'm sure things are going to develop from there. You know, I'm just going to be having that in the background. I've got like files going on in the background all of the time, and things get added to it, and then I'll put it out there for feel it's of service. And so this is where we are at. Hey, Theodore. Okay, 1 second, baby. I'm just about done. Look, I'm going to stop sharing, and we'll see your beautiful. Do you like Mummy's colours?
Ooh, they're rainbowy.
They're rainbowy, yeah. That was Mummy's meditation. Okay, so that's about it, really. I could keep going on and on and on, but little legs need something, and so
I'm not called little legs.
You're my little legs.
Yeah, but on this game called Roblox, literally, my Roblox name is Boss Killer 22.
So he's the boss, and so. Yeah, so I could go on and on, but this is just for somebody, would make sense to somebody, and so I'm putting it out there as just as one of my sessions, and just to see the expansiveness out of ourselves in colour was amazing, and the expansiveness of what that could mean for good and bad. And I do believe that this is part of what's been going on. This is part of what has been being locked into place and controlled and put out there by these so-called powers that be. But we do really need to start contemplating the bigger picture of allowing this to continue. The real big picture in the physical of, you know, I don't think it'll be the first time that, you know, humans, beings within this dimension have gone too far and introduced something that should never, the two should meet. I feel it's happened, and I feel that's how we've eventually gotten back to where we are right now. So I appreciate and love you all. Much balance and much wholeness. Oh dear baby, if you'd like a personal reading or any energy coaching, any spiritual coaching, you can get in touch with me at truthdivinemedia@gmail.com. And I appreciate everybody who's coming to do so, because you help me maintain these little guys. So much love to you for that also. Mwah. Oh, no, that's not the end. Check out, I'll put it in the description box, because I wasn't a part of the chat last night in Wayne Steiger on Wayne Steiger's channel on YouTube. So I'll put it in the description, yes. because I wasn't in that. But then I've watched that this morning, and there he is hitting on these energy weapons and the evidence, the receipts of such. Now, anybody who's been listening to me for any length of time will know that these are the things I was bringing up a long time ago that I saw within a remote viewing session, and just psychically could see and feel these things that they were using, had used for a while, and have gotten really advanced. And he goes through them much better than I do, precisely. And so he brings confirmation to past intuitive psychic readings that I've done in the past, but he also puts it into a much clearer context in the physical of what this could mean, of what this means for us. What have I got on there? Damn. Put some pen or something. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll put that description in the box below. Say bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.